Hi, everybody. So, today I wanted to talk about Resident Evil. And now, the thing about Resident Evil is, I also wanted to rant a little bit because of the quality of the movie. So, this particular Resident Evil, it's the first one from Anderson, Paul W. Anderson. It has its wife, Mila Jovovich, Michelle Rodriguez in it. Uh, this one's probably one of the. He has six sequels. This one's probably the best one, and I'll say the second one, Resident Evil Apocalypse, because they're sort of true to the story. Especially his second one has some elements in there. And then the new movie, Welcome to Raccoon City. Basically, all the sequels and all the Resident Evil movies are just crap. I mean, it's such a shame. I'm a big Resident Evil fan. I like the games. I like uh, the merchandise, everything from Resident Evil. That and Final Fantasy VII are my favorite two games. I grew up with it. But it's actually, for this to be the best adaptation of Resident Evil, that's not a good thing because it's such, it's not a good. It's not bad, but you could easily make this a just a standard zombie movie that didn't have the title Resident Evil yet. So, like I said, the movie's about it's not the same as the first Resident Evil. It starts off sort of the same with this big mansion, but after a while they start to notice that something isn't right, and they just bunch of guys, special forces. They go with Mila Jovovich character Alice towards the basement, the underground lab, and that's the only real reference you're gonna get from the first Resident Evil game. Uh, so, and instead of being called the Nest, I believe the first Resident Evil, the lab is called the Nest. This one's called the Hive. But it's a good flick, but for Resident Evil fans, and like I said, the I'm also a little bit talk. I wanted to talk about the newest movie there, Welcome to Raccoon City. The only thing that movie has going on, the only thing that movie does right is the references to the game, like the RPD station, the mansion, the sort of Resident Evil 2 remake styles they sort of adapted. The characters, like the monsters, like Lisa Trevor. But for the rest, that's a crap movie. There's actually a series that was cancelled called Arklay for Arklay Mountains from Resident Evil 1. And it's basically a story from a prequel from the first Resident Evil. It's not Resident Evil Zero from the game. It's basically the story how those weird murders started to happening. So it started to happen. The murders that was the reason why Stars was um, that Stars had to interfere and investigate. Well, it's a series about this detective that works for the RPD, and he has to investigate all these murders that are happening. These cannibalistic murders, and that was a series based on. It's basically based on that and upwards towards Resident Evil 1, where the Stars members are that they have to be deployed to investigate, and that was a really really good thing. It sounded so good. There is actually even a clip on YouTube for I think 10-15 minutes clip from it from the first episode. I guess it's from the first episode, and that those 10-15 minutes that I saw were the best that I ever saw for a Resident Evil adaptation, and that says a lot. That's actually very Jesus. I mean that Resident Evil, that series adapted more of the suspense and the atmosphere of Resident Evil than in any of the movies. It's such a shame that it was canceled. I really hope they sort of pick it up again. You should watch it out. You should watch it for yourself. But hey, for the meantime, we've got the movies we've got, and like I said, this movie is like it's pretty good. But the problem with the Alice character is she's overshadowing everybody, especially in the second one where you've got a decent Jill Valentine, and she's basically overshadowing her with her stupid high kicks and front kicks and whatever kicks, and it's frustrating. This Resident Evil, it's like I said, there's no uh, recognizable characters in there. Like I said, in the second Resident Evil, they start to put in recognizable characters. I believe in this one, there's no recognizable character in. The Special Forces team is all new characters. Alice is a new character. You've got a few nice Cerberus, the zombie dogs. The liquor, okay, it's not the best CGI, but okay, hey, it's cool looking liquor. And that's basically it from monsters. So there are a few cool zombies in there, but most of the zombies are pretty plain looking. There are a few good scenes in there. There's one scene um, where the zombies start to attack for the first time. You hear this zombie moaning, and you hear this screeching sound from an axe that is scraped on the floor because the zombie still holds the axe. Um, that's a creepy scene, and for the rest, the liquor that jumps out of the cryo tube where it's in, that's pretty cool. And when he eventually kills somebody, that's also pretty okay. It's not very gory. I think the liquor kill is probably the most gory one. I mean, you have this guy going in, this special forces guy going in an elevator that's full of zombies. He's getting ripped to shreds, and eventually we see him later as a zombie, but he doesn't have all. He has a few scratches on him, so it's like the zombies took a small bite out of him, only with their teeth, to release it again. So it's like I said, it's the best adaptation, but it's not a good Resident Evil movie, but it's a good story about it's a good zombie movie, but it's not a good Resident Evil movie if you catch my drift. So that's a little bit of a rant about the Resident Evil series. I'm not gonna review all these movies. I just wanted to talk about it. I'm a big Resident Evil fan. It just frustrates me that they just can't get it right. This is Kenny signing off.